only got probably around 2 hours here, where we keep the bus that we can work on today. Ashley, what's the plan?
So we're gonna do the roof. We're gonna try and do the roof and the floors today. So get all the old insulation off and get the plywood off the floor.
And so what's our strategy for getting that crazy stuck stuff off the roof?
So we're gonna get dressed up into some pretty cool gear and then use a wire wheel. So we're just gonna rip it off by hand as much as we can and then use a wire wheel to take some of it off with the grinder. It doesn't need to be perfect, and then we'll get some insulation later on and put it over the top.
And for those people using a wire wheel, what should they watch out for when they use it?
Just watch out, because they tend to bite if you got it on the wrong angle, and it'll kick the grinder, and if it latches onto your shirt, it can like crawl right up and hit you in the face and do some damage. Yeah, just any grinder really, but just be careful with. A wire wheel is pretty bad.
Alright, so should we get suited up?
Let's do it.
Okay. We just realised that we have an air conditioning unit in the back, and we're going to take that out first, just so that when Ash gets in with the grinder, he can get in to everything. And it's a really big aircon unit. Let me give it a crack.
So we're just working on getting all this old insulation off at the moment. As you can see,
It's the worst fucking job in the world.
you're doing such a good job. Such a good job. Love you so much. And we're just sort of finding these little holes that I will have to cut a piece of sheet steel and weld on, and then waterproof up. So
That's the importance of taking all this shit off.
yeah, so we kind of I think like we're gonna spend a bit of time on doing the roof. I mean, once we get the timber paneling up and all the wiring done, and that's all in place, and it rains, if it's leaking, it's going to be very hard to fix or find where the leak is coming from. So we're going to do our best job now to save us trouble and more pain later on. So
We're glad that Ash has had the really shit job of doing this. But you can tell why it's beneficial to really take off everything so you can see what you're dealing with. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, pinhole for water to come through. Also, as you would have seen before, where is that one? Yeah, hole there. Anywhere else, Dub? Sure, there's going to be quite a few that we see.
yeah, there'll be a couple. This is a sexy look for Ash. Don't think we're going to get through all the roof today. We're probably going to have to start packing up soon. But at least we know that that's a pretty good way of doing it, bub. Yeah.
Anyway, time to probably pack down. And we'll be back during the week.
Okay, g'day guys. So I'm back at the bus today and I'm going to be removing this old insulation. It's a fucker of a job, and for those who have done it, you'll know why I use that word. It is horrible. I'll be using a dust mask and disposable overalls because I don't want to be breathing that stuff in. Once that is done, once all that's removed, then I'll be going around eventually, hopefully we do all this in the next couple of days, fixing sections like this, as you can sort of see behind me with that rust there. There's a hole there, and I believe there's a couple more along that side, and I guarantee you we're going to find more. So basically the process with fixing that stuff up there will be to cut out the really bad sections and replace the steel. So I'll just cut that out and I'll tack weld the steel back on. Where I can't weld, I'll use a metal bog and just bog it up. Then once the bog is on, probably some sort of a primer, membrane, you name it, I'm going to do it. I really don't want to be in the bus when we're done and living our best life and going to sleep and it be raining and start to feel water dripping on my head, because it is going to be so hard to fix that kind of stuff when everything's done. So spending some extra time on that now. Then repeating the process on the outside, so sanding it back, checking all the joints and checking for rust and stuff. Last process on the outside will be to then put a insulation reflective paint on top. I don't know what we're going to use yet, but as we do these things I will show you what we use. Alright, so basically I'm solo today. Asha is over on Stratty living her best life, lucky for some. Anyway, I'll get into it and we'll chat soon. Okay guys, so I've been going for probably about 35 minutes. Totally forgot to put my hood on and have this stuff all through my hair. This is what I have managed to do. So I've managed to make a huge mess inside and outside the bus. Oops. But I have also managed, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but I have managed to get a lot off. If you see the difference between those panels and these panels. So happy days. The bus isn't looking too bad. Great, rust wise, so really happy with that. So it shouldn't take us too long to do the roof and waterproof everything on the inside anyway. Hopefully the outside's just as good. But anyway, I better get back into it. Apparently it takes me half an hour to do one side of the bus, so see ya. Okay guys, so this is what I got done today with that grinder. So just got all the old insulation off. I've watched a lot of videos on people doing this, and from what I can sort of see, ours didn't have a lot of glue, so I'm not sure if the guys who did this originally were just having a bad day and just sort of didn't want to do much that day. But I'm very grateful that there wasn't a lot of that glue on there, because it is very hard to get that stuff off. And I got all the windows open and everything, and I actually have a fan, a $15 fan from Kmart that I think helps. But yeah, I definitely would recommend having the bus ventilated if you choose to do it with a grinder and a wire wheel rather than chemicals, because it does bring up a lot of stuff, as you can sort of see all over me, in the hair, in the beard. But anyway, that's it for the day. So I'll see you guys again soon. Bye. Okay.
Hello.
So today we're going to be finishing off the roof, starting at the back. We'll just pull off all this all the rest of that, make our way to the front, and while we're doing it, we'll use some hot pink spray paint just to mark out all the spots that we really need to get into with the rust, and then we'll make our way to the roof. eventually and do that. But today we're hoping to get a big part of this done. Like I'm hoping to get into a little bit and start welding up all the holes, but we'll see how we go.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, so been up to Super Cheap and Repco and bought a whole heap of chemicals, and I'll run through what we're doing with them. So we got some metal filler there, waterproof sealant, some rust converter, some cold gal, wax and grease remover, and some fiberglass filler. So there's sort of like 3 levels of repairs we need to do. The first one and the easiest one being just some surface rust, wire wheel, some sandpaper, whatever sort of gets in there, and then some rust converter and some cold gal. Sections like this we will probably just use a metal bog and then some cold gal. Sections over here, these sections here with the big holes, so I'll cut a section of that out, get some sheet, use the bender and bend it to that profile, and then tack weld or weld that in on the inside, then fill that with metal bog. So we just got sections like that all over the bus on the inside that we'll do. Once all that's done, then we'll move to the outside of the bus. The reason we're not doing the outside of the bus now is because the bus is outside in the elements, and if we start sanding the roof today, we're not going to finish it today, and if it does rain, it's just going to kind of defeat the purpose. So we'll get the inside done. So once we've done all that, we're going to then spray the entire section and roof with like a sort of like a rubber paint, waterproof paint. So that should well and truly seal the inside, and then we'll move to the outside and do the same. But that's where we're at the moment, and I don't know if you have anything to add. No. She's on Smoko. But yeah, that's where we're at, so there's a bit of an update. See you guys soon.
Okay, end of day 4. So today had a challenging start, one could say, mainly because I've got no idea what I'm doing, and beautiful Ash is used to working alone. So yeah, we had a few little...
Just finding our groove, I would say.
Finding our groove, yeah.
And I feel like we're finding it.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a lot done on the roof. We're both feeling pretty out of it because I think we've inhaled a lot of chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went pretty hard on sealing stuff.
Yeah, God, there was so many things. There was gold cow, God, I think I'm stoned. Cold gal, metal filler, metal filler, fiberglass filler, rust proofing stuff. There was just, so many things today. It was crazy.
So we still have heaps more to do, but I think, this is enough for today. Anything else, Phil?
No, I think that's it. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, I mean, you could run through, but I don't think there's any point. I think we've covered it, so.
You'll see it next time. Alright, peace out. Where have we just been, Bubba G?
So we've just been to Bunnings Warehouse. Just got some more overalls, disposable overalls, and dust masks, some sanding paper, and some sealants, some rubber sealant paint. Just got an ambulance on it.
Today is another day.
Today is another day on the roof. Totally lost count of how many days we've actually been even working on the roof. It's just turning into this never-ending story. But I feel like we're going to get a lot done today. So,
Ash's famous words.
yeah. I think I've said this a couple of times now. I think I've said that I will start welding and fabricating the roof today, and I haven't done it. I've been procrastinating around doing that, which is funny because it's what I do for a living. So, but today is the day. We're going to plug up some of the big ones. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
If we get there alive.
Back at the bus. Back working on the roof. And today we've decided we're going to do a bit of a conquer and divide approach, because we really want to try and smash this roof out by next week so we can start getting into some other areas.
Because we've lost count of how many days we've been working on the bus on the roof now.
Yeah. Knowing that it's kind of like it's a critical area to get right, but at the same time I think it's starting to wear thin. So I'll take you inside, show you what I'm doing, and then we'll go out and we'll see what Ashley's going to be up to.
See you in a minute.
So Ashley and I pulled straws on who would have the glamorous job of taking off the rest of the insulation in the bus. We still have the whole front section to do, so yeah, it's a bitch of a job. So yeah, plan for me is to really get into that, using the steel wool brush again. We found that to be pretty effective, even though it's a pretty messy job, but yeah, kind of gets down to it. And the idea is just to, again, try to spot any areas that are rusted or where there might be gaps, or where we might foresee any sort of water damage coming through, to seal that up. After that, I'm going to take out that passenger seat, and I'm going to then take out the side paneling, and then the step that I'm sitting on over here, that's going to come out as well because we don't need it. So while I am working on the inside, Ashley's going to be working on the outside, doing some waterproofing stuff. So yeah, I'll take you out to see him.
I'll take you out where I'm going. So basically I'll be cleaning out the gutters today with a wire wheel and a grinder. Also doing the seals between the panels. And cutting out the rust in the big sections that are rusted out. And folding up the sheet metal for that. So that's what's happening today. We'll give you updates as we go. Today wasn't the day.
Yeah, the roof just keeps on giving.